Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, which inspired me to research what do Indonesians eat for breakfast. A traditional Indonesian breakfast typically reflects richness consisting of rice, meat, fish, or vegetables. Interestingly enough, fruit is a rare choice for breakfast in an Indonesian household. For my digital project, I have chosen to recreate the Indonesian breakfast meal nasi uduk, which is a traditional dish from Jakarta and consists of rice cooked in coconut milk with a variety of side dishes such as sambal kacang. I first went to Mr. Wong's supermarket at Miranda, which is the only Asian supermarket in the Sutherland Shire. There were a large variety of fresh and packaged products. I even saw durian ice cream, which I have eaten in Singapore. A lot of breakfast meals in Indonesia, such as nasi goreng and nasi lemak, can also be served as lunch or dinner. This makes nasi uduk a very versatile dish. This is quite different to the standard westernized breakfast of cereal or toast. However, one common part of breakfast in both cultures is coffee. To start the nasi uduk, I needed rice, coconut milk, a pinch of salt, 1 egg, 1 cucumber, bay leaves, and 1 lime. To make the rice, it's recommended you have a rice cooker. However, if you don't have one, you can just cook the rice in the coconut milk on the stove. Here I am measuring out 1 cup of jasmine rice and placing it into the rice cooker bowl, followed by 1 cup of coconut milk. Coconut milk is often used in Indonesian dishes to give the meal a rich and succulent taste, and is mostly associated with Javanese cuisine. I then add 1 cup of boiling water to help cook the rice a bit quicker. This is then followed by one of the most important ingredients in the dish. This is to add bay leaves. I added a couple of bay leaves to create a strong, distinct flavor and fragrance in the coconut rice. After making this dish, I think I would definitely use bay leaves in my future meals. I added a squeeze of lime and gave it a stir, making sure everything was evenly mixed. I added a pinch of salt for flavor and placed the bowl into the rice cooker. The rice should take about 20 minutes to cook. It's really important to check on the rice regularly and stir it around to make sure the rice is not burning at the bottom. As you can see, this is still early on and is slowly cooking away. While the rice is cooking, I move on to the side dishes. The main side dish I am making is sambal kacang, which is Indonesian peanut sauce. Sambal kacang is also the sauce used for sautés. To make sambal kacang, I needed about a handful of peanuts and mashed them up into a small crumble. This will be the base of the sauce. Many Indonesian delicacies use peanut sauce, and they can come in different variations such as gado-gado, which is the most common. It involves smashed vegetables, while pecel is similar but has additional lime leaves and shrimp paste. I added 2 tablespoons of water to add some liquid to the crushed peanuts and stir it around. I add a tablespoon of vinegar and a tablespoon of sweet soy sauce. I then add 2 teaspoons of ginger and a dash of chili flakes. I give it a stir, and that's the sambal kacang done. I give the peanut sauce a final mix and pour it into a bowl to put aside for later. Nasi uduk is traditionally made with a boiled egg, as are various other traditional Indonesian meals. Eggs are commonly eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I put boiling water into a saucepan and boil an egg for 10 minutes on medium heat. Indonesian cuisine incorporates an eclectic array of ingredients, flavors, and techniques, thanks to its countless indigenous peoples and foreign influences. Local dishes include an assortment of fresh raw vegetables to have on the side. As the main meal can be quite rich and sometimes heavy, there is often a few slices of cucumber and tomato on the side to provide a lighter element and balance the dish. For my nasi uduk breakfast, I slice some cucumber, tomato, and lime and place them in a bowl for later. Lime gives a refreshing flavor, especially when added onto the peanut sauce and coconut rice. It brings all the flavors together as one. It's time to check on the rice. As you can see, it's getting there. I gave it a stir to prevent the burning. However, it just needed a few more minutes to soak up the rest of the liquid. I checked on the egg and started to take off the shell. I've noticed local Indonesian dishes will have a sliced boiled egg on their plate, so I go ahead and slice the egg in half and place it in the bowl full of the side dishes. I check on the rice a few minutes later and it's done. I have a plate ready and start scooping out the cooked rice. It's important to not get any of the bay leaves in the spoon, as they were there for flavour and fragrance, not to eat. Many dishes have rice in all sorts of shapes, such as a small dome or a pyramid. I found a cup that would give the desired shape I was after. I pressed the rice down to make sure it was sturdy enough to be placed on the plate. I then flip the cup over and pray that it comes out okay. Luckily it did. The rice stays in place. It is now time for the presentation of the dish. I have the assortments of raw vegetables, egg, and sambal kacang ready to go. I start by placing the peanut sauce right next to the rice. I then place the boiled egg next to the sauce, followed by the refreshing tomato and cucumber. There are various ways to slice vegetables. One particular way I have noticed through my research was the long oval cucumber shapes. The side dishes add an array of vibrant colours to the meal and enhance the overall presentation. I definitely could not wait to try this dish. One thing I did note was that my usual breakfast takes me 2 minutes to make, whereas this took me about 40 minutes. Coffee time. I needed ground coffee, sugar, water, and ginger to make Indonesian coffee kopi tubruk. Coffee is a common addition to have for breakfast in Indonesia and Western cultures. However, there were various techniques for coffee recipes in Indonesia. Indonesian coffee is called kopi and has been a part of the Indonesian culture from the 17th century. One of the most popular coffees in Indonesia is kopi luwak, which includes part digested coffee cherries eaten and passed through an Asian palm civet. Kopi is made several ways with spices and herbs. I mix all the ingredients in the saucepan and stir over medium to low heat for 5 minutes. This is so the sugar can dissolve into the kopi. This is a traditional way to make kopi in Indonesia. I then pour the kopi into a small glass and let it sit for 2 minutes. This is crucial to allow the ingredients to settle into one another. And there we have the final kopi tubruk to have with the final nasi uduk dish, just in time for breakfast. The coconut milk rice was delicious. I've never had rice like it before, and I could taste the strong flavour of the bay leaves that I really enjoyed. It went even better with the sambal kacang. The vegetables and the egg were a nice way to balance out the dish, as the rice and sambal kacang did feel a bit full on for my breakfast.